Hello YouTubers, I'm Mr. Digital 45 Jimmy Z, and welcome to my channel. And this is Jaws Cup. Found it in my bedroom. I had this one. I just wanted to show it off, and I like it because it says you're going to need a bigger boat. And I just picked up Jamie Lee Curtis and the Mother's Boys. Also, that's the only movie I've gotten recently. Been working a lot at my regular job, and I haven't had time to go do things or make videos since I got back from Niagara Falls. But here I got this, so I'm going to put this down here with the stuff I have to put in order still. Because here we're only right here on the shelving. As you can see, the H&I shelf, which I called the last video I did of movies, and this is H&I shelf part 2. And I don't think these are in any particular order, but here, let's go. Alright, we got The Island of Dr. Monroe. This got Michael York and Burt Lancaster in it. Alright, next up we got Pauly Shore and In the Army Now. Next up we got Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt in Interview with the Vampire and a young Kirsten Dunst. Next up we got Armand Assante in Mickey Spillane's I, the Jury. This is a Kino Lorber release, so you always gotta pick them up if I find them. Next up, we got Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn in The Internship. I don't think I've watched that yet, so we'll see. Next up, we got some James Coburn and Lee Grant in The Interscene Project. I think that's how you pronounce it. Alright, next up we got Matthew Broderick in Inspector Gadget. Crystal Factory Sealed. I haven't seen it in years. Next up we got French Stewart in Inspector Gadget 2. Sometimes you wonder why they make sequels. You know, nobody ever. Alright. We got Clark Gable and Superior Lauren, and it started in Naples. You might remember I just picked this up recently. So, next up we got Inside Out, which part 2 should be coming out in video soon, and I will have that one too eventually. Next up we got the documentary about one of the wildest movies to come out in the 1970s, Deep Throat, Inside Deep Throat. It's a documentary, the NC-17. Next up we got the comedy with Adam Sandler and Kevin James, I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. Next up we got Brad Pitt in The Inglourious Basterds, the 4K Quentin Tarantino film. And here we got the original Inglourious Basterds with Fred Williamson and Bo Sebson. Next up we got the movie The Informers. Horror movie, It Follows. Next up we got Michael Caine in The Italian Job. Followed by the remake with Mark Wahlberg and Charlize Theron and Edward Norton, The Italian Job. Next up, we got the Steelbook of It. It's a Blu-ray Steelbook. I don't think it's a 4K, but this is the Tim Curry version. This is the only It movie I have as of now. Next up, we got Eddie Murphy and Owen Wilson in I Spy. Next up, we got the movie Ice Age. Followed by Ice Age The Meltdown. So followed by Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs. And that's all the Ice Age movies I have. Next up, we got John Cusack and Billy Bob Thornton and Connie Nielsen and The Ice Harvest. Very underrated film, real good film. I suggest you guys check that out. I really enjoyed that movie. Next up, we got the movie called The Ice Storm. Sigourney Weaver, Kevin Kline, and Joan Allen. Next up, we got George Clooney and Ryan Gosling in The Ides of March. Followed by a little movie called I, Frankenstein with Aaron Eckhart. We got like a big old pile of mess over here. Alright. Next up, we got Iron Man for Robert Downey Jr. This is the 4K Steelbook. Next up, we got Iron Man 2 4K Steelbook. Followed by Iron Man 3 4K Steelbook. Next up, we got the movie I Know What You Did Last Summer. Followed by I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Next up, we got a movie called I Love You, Man. Followed by the movie I Melt With You. Alright, we got Tim Matheson and Meg Tilly in Impulse. Followed by The Incredibles 4K. I wish I had the slipcover though. But I got the slipcover for the second one. The Incredibles 2 4K. I heard they're about to bringing out Incredibles 3 next year or a year out. I don't know. I saw that they showed it on their D23. Alright, next up we got The Incredible Burt Wonderstone. Jim Carrey and Steve Carell and Steve Buscemi. Next up we got, I think it's just the Blu-ray. Wait a minute. Nope, it's the 4K. 4K Steelbook of The Incredible Hulk. I had to check, can't remember. Next up we got some Don Knotts and The Incredible Mr. Limpet. Next up we got the movie The Iron Giant. Next up we got some Iron Eagle. I have Iron Eagle on tape down here, but it's this part 1 and part 2. I don't have part. This is the only one I have on DVD or Blu-ray format. It's the only one I haven't found it so far. I haven't never found the other 3. There's more than just that Iron Eagle. It's like 4 of them. I think they did 4 of them. I'm not positive. You can let me know down in the comments if you know there's more Iron Eagles than just 4 of them. I can't remember. Next up, we got Jack Lemmon and Irma la Douce. We got some Lance Henriksen and The Invitation. Followed by Mark Wahlberg and Invincible. Next up we got a nice little fairy tale story, Disney's Into the Woods. Alright, next up we got Susan Hayward and I Want to Live. Next up we got a Charlie Brown cartoon. It's I Want a Dog for Christmas, Charlie Brown. Alright, this is Robert Zemeckis' first movie he directed. It's called I Want to Hold Your Hand. I believe it's his first movie. This is a story about some kids who don't have tickets to get into the Ed Sullivan Show, and they try to get backstage to meet the Beatles. The young Nancy Allen's in this movie. That's her right there. Next up we got some Gregory Peck, Tuesday Weld, and Stella Parsons in I Walk the Line. This came out in 1970. Featuring some music from Mr. Johnny Cash. Alright, next up we got another Charlie Brown movie. This one, it's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Oh, we're almost getting to Halloween time, so it's good to see this. Alright. Next up we got a movie called It Should Happen to You with Judy Holliday and Peter Lawford and Jack Lemmon. Next up we got Margot Robbie and I, Tonya. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright. Let me see, what am I going to do with these? Alright. First up, we got Raiders of the Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is just Raiders of the Lost Ark to me. But once they called everything else Indiana Jones, they had to slap Indiana Jones on front of this one. Now they call it Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Alright. Next up, we got Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Next up we got Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I do not have the other one on the DVD wise. I don't have the Crystal Skull, or of course, you know, I don't have, they don't even make DVDs anymore, I don't think, so I don't have the new one yet either. So, but here's Indiana Jones and the bonus material from the box set. Of course, I have the Indiana Jones: The Complete Adventures. This is the Blu-ray collection. This is when Crystal Skull came out, so I have Crystal Skull on this one, and that's how I have Crystal Skull. I don't have it individually. and I will get them eventually, individually, just to have it. Certain movies, I collect any kind of format for it. Alright, next up we got a movie with Meg Ryan and Mark Ruffalo called In the Cut. This is the uncut director's cut. And I have Raiders of the Lost Ark down here somewhere. Or is it in the eyes? It's in the eyes. Let's go along with the other three I have. I have all of them on VHS. Next up we got Into the Grizzly Maze. Next up we got some Jeff Goldblum and Michelle Pfeiffer in Into the Night. Very, very good little comedy drama. Directed by John Landis, so if you like John Landis movies, especially his earlier works, this is one of them you need to check out. I suggest it. It's one of my favorite movies Jeff Goldblum's been in. Besides The Fly, of course. Next up we got Independence Day from the DVDs when 20th Century Fox was making these 5-star collection DVDs. I do not have the sequel. Only have that one. Alright, we got 3 more to go here. And that will end the H&I video part 2. We got Iron Wolf. And we got Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson in The Island. Followed by our last one, Natalie Dormer and In Darkness. Alright, that will wrap it up for this video, and I appreciate you all watching. Please don't forget to give that thumbs up. I appreciate all you who do like my videos. I know you guys like the movie ones better than you do the my other adventures, but I will. That's my own personal thing. I try to do different things sometimes. So occasionally you will see me, like when I go on trips and stuff. Next year we're planning on going to Salem, Massachusetts. We're planning on going to Sleepy Hollow. So we'll see what goes on from there. And then we probably either going to coming the year after, or our daughter is, when she graduates, she wants to go, or when she turns 18 or whatever it is, she wants to go to Hawaii. So we'll see how it goes. Or her 16th birthday, she wants to go to Hawaii. So we'll see. If we go to Hawaii, I'll definitely be filming. Alright. Until next time, get that thumbs up. I appreciate y'all. Bye.